At the winter meetings, the team made a move that not only took the fans by surprise, but the entire league as well. General Manager Joe McIlvaine called it an old-fashioned baseball trade. Padres sent second baseman Robbie Alomar and left fielder Joe Carter to the Toronto Blue Jays. In return, the Blue Jays gave up all-star shortstop Tony Fernandez and power-hitting first baseman Fred McGriff. Now, there are other rumblings in the organization today. An article in the New York Times has first baseman Jack Clark blasting Padres manager Greg Riddock. Clark is quoted as saying Riddock undermines the players, and he accuses Greg Riddock of being responsible for many of the firings in the front office of the ball club during this offseason. Well, joining us now live via telephone from his home in Greeley, Colorado, is manager Greg Riddock. Greg, your response to some of the charges filed against you by Jack Clark today?
Well, first of all, this is not the first outburst that's taken place this season with Jack. There's been 5 or 6 of those things, and he may have more of an insight to the front office than I do to know some of those accusations that he's accusing me of, but I pretty much will stick with my own reputation with the players on our club and the people that I've worked with in the past in terms of what my credibility is. And I think it would be very unprofessional of me, you know, to badmouth Jack in the newspaper or on television or on the radio. I will just choose to move down the road with some new players in our club as it presently exists and look to the future instead of digging up the past.
What effect, Greg, if any, did you have on some of the firings of the front office people, over 30 all total?
Well, it's ironic that my decisions or my own opinions are strictly about our field staff. I talk about our club and evaluate our club after talking with our coaching staff all the time, and we constantly evaluate each week about where our strengths and weaknesses are and those sort of things. And basically what we do is we just make our suggestions, but by no means do we have that kind of power down on the field to make decisions about front office people as far as whether they're coming back or not coming back with the Padres, or whether the scouts in the field are not doing the job. Some of the scouts I only meet 1 time a year, so it'd be real tough for me to evaluate those people since I'm not working with them in a game situation every single day.
All right, Greg, one final question. What about the trade this week? Sort of a twofold question. And do you expect other deals in specifics here? Bip Roberts, who's been mentioned on the block.
Well, I talked to the Bipper this morning. He's the guy that kind of makes us go, and we really like Bip, and he's a quality kid that has a lot to offer our organization, and I would hope that he'll be with us for many years to come, and we're penciling him in at second base. I told him that this morning, that we'll have McGriff at first and the Bipper at second and the all-star at shortstop, and we're basically looking for a third baseman right now, and if I could put the 4 or 5 kids we have in the outfield out there and let them fight it out for those two outfield spots, we'd be glad to go back to work again, because we feel good about the nucleus of our team. The 2 people that we've gotten in trades are, from what I hear from scouts, I don't know them personally except to talk with them on the phone, they are quality human beings, they are quality players, and that will only add to the makeup of our club. The 2 people that we lost, unfortunately, were the same kinds of people. They were outstanding players and outstanding people besides that. So maybe it's a trade that people could look at down the road as one that helped both teams with their needs. Us needing a shortstop probably in another year, to be able to maybe prematurely get one a year early and to get a guy of his caliber is exciting to know that we've maybe filled that need for the future.
All right, Greg,
and
thank
both
you.
These boys are young people. They're 27 years old.
All right, Greg, thank you very much. Thanks for joining us from Colorado this afternoon. With me right now, talking about that second base job, Bip Roberts is here. You were mentioned in trade rumors to Kansas City to the Orioles. You talked to Greg Riddock today. He says he's your second baseman. You also talked to Joe McIlvaine. What did he say?
Well, basically what Joe told me is that if Mickey Mantle's not available, he's not going to trade me. So hopefully I'm going to be here. I'm just preparing myself to be here and play as the Padres second baseman of 1991.